Normally a flood is a bad thing, but in this case, the album's pretty good. Hello and welcome to Rockin Reviews. I'm your host, Jon, and on this week's show, we will be reviewing They Might Be Giants' 1990 album, Flood. Even if you have not heard of They Might Be Giants, you've probably at least heard of a couple of their songs. They probably came off of this album. Three of their most famous songs, Istanbul Not Constantinople, Birdhouse in Your Soul, and Particle Man, all come off of this album. But even without these songs, it's still a very good album all the way through. This album has a lot of catchy lyrics and fun tunes, and pretty much par for the course for a They Might Be Giants song. It may sound happy, but when you really listen to the lyrics, they can actually have a lot of meaning to them. For example, Lucky Ball and Chain, which is another song on this album, has kind of an upbeat tune to it, but on the other hand, it's really a downer song. I actually don't have the full album. I have maybe like 8 or 10 of the songs, and there's 18 on the album. Just going on what I give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. So it's a very solid rating. I really like this album. If you love They Might Be Giants, I would be surprised if you didn't have this album. And if you want to get into They Might Be Giants, this is a pretty good place to start, and I would highly recommend it. Next week on our show, we will be looking at one of my personal gaffes in music history, or at least it's a gaffe on my part. I used to be a pretty big fan of that band Smash Mouth, and we're going to look at their 4th album, Get the Picture. But that's about all we have time for this week. I'll see you next time, and have a good one. Rock on!